Hello, everyone. On December the 9th, we're going to have a number of really important big stars at our disposal. So I labeled that day as a perfect day for star magic. Why are stars important? They are very unique because they are not part of the solar system. So they are not really on our humanistic human level. They are out there in the universe. At the same time, they're beautiful, bright objects. We can see them. We have been able to see them for millennia. And we do have myths associated with them. Bernard Brady has a brilliant book on big stars. It's probably the most profound and scientific book when it comes to astrological lore. It's called the Brady Book of Big Stars. I'm not sure if you can get it. Hopefully you can. And if you want to deal with big stars or you want to incorporate them into your readings, get that book because she is really brilliant. The legends are important, and this is what she says, that it's the brightest stars that are relevant for the human psyche, and also those that are rich in mythology. And on December the 9th, this is precisely what we have. Let's take a look. I prepared a table for you with the important placements, and here you are. These are the placements. First of all, you have the planetary symbols, a couple of asteroids, and of course the North Node. You have the name of the star. These numbers, Dino, describe the magnitude. We are going to talk about magnitude in a minute. And then where it is in the constellation and how we utilize it in karmic readings. Now, there are two ways to actually differentiate a star or label a star by brightness. One is absolute. This is magnitude, and the brightest stars are the ones that are 0 or minus. And you can see them by the naked eye until they are about 6 magnitude. So 5.1 is just where you can still discern them or observe them on a clear night without light or other pollution, and a dark night. You need a dark night without any other light, and then you can probably still see Pleione. Otherwise, it's kind of almost obscure. And the other way to differentiate a star is by its constellation. You have brighter and less bright stars. Of course, the brightest star within a constellation is labeled Alpha. So we use the letters of the Greek alphabet. And the first 6 are Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, Epsilon, and Zeta. So here, when you see Alpha, that is the brightest. Interestingly, Omega is the least bright, of course, that are still getting Greek alphabetical labels. Gamma is the 3rd in the constellation, Beta is the 2nd, and Zeta is the 6th. So this is how we go. And since Facies is a Messier object, so it's a nebula, it doesn't really have a magnitude number, simply because this is a cluster of stars. So we place magnitude to individual stars only. So let's take a look at these objects in detail. What can you glean on December the 9th? How can you utilize these stars? The sun is on Graphias, which is Zeta Scorpio. It is where the celestial Scorpio. Okay, hold on a second. I'm trying to find. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, so this is where the tail is linked to the body, and Graphias is a bird where we learn how to utilize the instinctual energies with the physical energies in our lives. The next one, Mercury is aligned with Ras Al-Hagu. I'm using the word aligned because Ophiuchus is not on the ecliptic, it's a bit higher up. And Ras Al-Hagu is a very bright star, it's 2.1 magnitude. It's the whole constellation is considered to be the celestial healer. It is an interesting constellation. It is actually, hold on a second, here it is. It describes usually a figure, Asclepius, for instance, and but many healers. So it could be really many healers. It could be a shaman as well. But this is usually Asclepius. You can see its garb, his garb, that it's more either Roman or Greek, and the way it is holding the serpent is quite unique because, a serpent is also a phallic symbol in many cultures, not in the Greek culture, but still. Okay, so and here you have the serpent between his legs. Usually, what the way they show it is behind the physical body. Now, Asclepius was trying to heal his patients in caves, and they had to sleep among serpents. And the whole image describes that something is lost, something is obscured by mankind, because the part of the body of the snake is hidden. This is where Ras Al-Hagu is, so it's the head of the celestial healer. And it usually describes healing methods that are way back in ancient times and probably belong to Atlantean healing techniques. And no, it's not allopathic, and no, it's not jabs and not medicines, but they were quite profound. So Mercury aligned with Ras Al-Hagu gives you the potential to understand what ails you, to understand the nature of your physical problems or illnesses, and to make a conscious effort, not just to understand the illness itself, but also the method how you can heal your problems. Pluto is aligned with Terabellum. This is a 4.8 magnitude star. It's Omega Sagittarius, and it's the hind of the celestial archer. I could use a verse word for that. I don't want to, actually. 1 second. Where are we? Okay, here we are. So this is the archer, the celestial archer, and this is Terabellum. I think it's also the name for a pistol or some sort of weapon, quite interestingly. This star is associated with the energy of stamina and endurance. Because think about it, what this horse had to endure, with the archer on his back, and going for long trots, and the whole energy is like becoming strong enough to bear not just the archer, but also any loads that you need it to. But that's Terabellum, and Pluto is there. It's going to be there for quite a while. And then Chiron is again on Algany. Algany is Gamma Pegasus. It's 2.9 amplitude. It's the winged Pegasus. It's an interesting image. In Hungarian lore, we have quite a few horses. Well, we come from the Huns and the Scythians, so of course it's an important image for us. But our horses don't have wings. We don't need them because they can fly by themselves. At the same time, Pegasus jumps out of the severed head of Medusa when Perseus cuts her throat, and so it describes the moment when subdued or forbidden birds or ideas spring to life. So it's quite a fascinating energy pattern if you come to think of it. So the Alganid is the wing of the horse, which keeps him coming up and keeps him soaring in the sky. We will have to take action, I think, in many ways. Chiron is, of course, healing karmic wounds, and aligned with Alganib is going to be interesting what it brings. It was there already at around March, so we can look back what happened then. And then we have a number of asteroids also aligned with big stars, and we also have the North Node on the Pleiades. We are going to come to that as well. Juno is aligned with Perseus. It's M22 Sagittarius, which is the eye of the archer. That's one of the nebulae. Which the nebulae are always associated with light, with sight, how you can see and what you can actually see, because in order to discern that this is not one bright star but a cluster of stars, you have to have a very good eyesight. And no, this is not it, sorry. Again, here, this is it. Sometimes I can't talk and I'm trying to select this picture that I prepared for you, and then I'm trying to talk. So here's Perseus. It's the head of the celestial archer, and the name Perseus comes from the Greek verb pasere or facere. I don't know how they pronounce it. We don't exactly know. It's pasere, and it means to do, to create, to make. And this particular star, or actually nebula, is linked to eyesight, the keen eyesight, the unlimited keenness of someone's sight, inner vision, but also again perseverance and determination to do what has to be done. Okay, we still have a couple of ones to go, and okay. Vesta, the focusing principle, is on Beta Draco, Alvide or Rastaman. It is it has a magnitude of 3, so it's still quite bright. And this is the head of the celestial dragon. The whole constellation of dragon is linked to. Second, where are we here? It's linked to the concept of keeping a treasure. Think about our fairy tales or folk tales, how many times the hero has to go into a cave to find a dragon that is guarding a treasure, and he needs to fight the dragon, and the dragon invariably uses fire, which is the element of transformation. And here we have Alvide, which is the head of the dragon, the celestial dragon, and it is linked to the concept of thinking about your treasures. Vesta is the focusing principle. So please concentrate on your own treasures. Try to take them out of your cave and try to utilize them. Astrea, the karma breaker, is on Deneb. It's Zeta Aquila, so the 6th brightest star. Look at this. This is where you can see how the absolute and the relative brightness are never really coinciding, because Draco's beta is as bright as Aquila's zeta. So the second in Draco is as bright as the 6th of Aquila. Quite interesting. Okay, this is the tail of the celestial eagle. Now, the eagle has been always a constellation of shamanic energies in the north, especially in Siberia and in places where they work with shamanic energies. And Aquila is one of the stars that are flying towards the north celestial pole and taking up the shaman towards the pole star. And these are very bright stars. All are really bright. It's a beautiful constellation, very close to the, actually on the Milky Way. Quite interestingly, many of these constellations are either on or very close to the Milky Way. So you really have some divine energy at your disposal this time. Now, Deneb is the tail wing of the bird, and this is where that's what corrects its drive. It's flying. Okay, the wings are taking the bird upwards, but it's the tail that corrects which way to go. So it gives you the power to drive yourself in a way that is taking you where you really want to be. Okay, not yet. Hold on 1 second. Close a couple of windows because we won't see stuff here. Okay, let's go back to our table. And there's still a couple of more, maybe 3 to go. One is, yes, only 2 now. And 3 stars, actually, 2 placements, but 3 stars, because Hygeia is on 2 bright stars, Arcturus and Spica, or Spica. I never know how to pronounce this. If you know, please just write to me, and I promise I will learn how to pronounce it. Anyhow, these are very bright stars, very close to 0, and actually Arcturus is even minus, so brighter than average. And Hygeia is the second healing energy in among these celestial objects. Chiron is the sum total of our karmic wounds and the potential to heal them. But Hygeia was Asclepius's daughter, who said that we should not wait until someone gets sick. We should actually teach mankind how to live a healthy life. So how to become clean and orderly, and how to eat sparingly but good stuff, how to do proper exercise, fresh air, things like that. So it is a healing energy, but it is more from the point of how to keep your health. Okay, so it's quite interesting that it's also among the celestial objects that become prominent on the 9th of December with the stars. Arcturus is a 5th dimensional bird. It's alpha boots, so the to the north, it's not on the ecliptic, and this is a very painful healing bird for abused children. So when a child is abused and even dies in the process, his soul or her soul is taken to this bird and given proper healing. And if this star is prominent in your chart, it could mean that you are such a healer or you were such a child. Both are there. So there's a double healing energy here. And then Spica, Alpha Virgo, another very bright star. It's a shaft holding hand of the celestial virgin. And this gives you an energy and information cascade. It's a funny star. Whenever I'm too tired, I try to align myself with Spica, and I immediately get a boost of energy, but also a boost of inspiration. And then Pleione is on, actually, the North Node is on Pleione, so one of the Pleiades. It's 5.1, so it's barely visible by the naked eye. The whole constellation of Pleiades, which you can see now, it's visible in the December sky. When you look to the south and you see Orion, above Orion you see a bright yellow star, that's Aldebaran Alpha Taurus, and above that, slightly to the northwest, is a little cluster of stars. It looks like a little dipper, and it's a very tiny dipper, and that's the Pleiades. And Pleione is not even a too bright star, but you can actually take a look at it, and the whole constellation is getting aligned with the North Node before actually moving into, changing signs, and the nodal axis is going to move into Scorpio Taurus. So before moving into Taurus, it will be aligned with all the stars of the Pleiades, and it is the home of the creator goddess. So even a goddess energy is there for you at your disposal. Use the energy pattern for whatever you need, for healing, for rectifying spousal problems, to focus on your physical ailments, to put order around you, to create order around you, to concentrate on what is really important. Use it wisely. I wish you good luck with it. Thank you for listening. Bye.